What is up, everybody? How's everyone doing out there today? Welcome back to Wildcat MTG, and today we have our first Tarkir Dragonstorm box battle. It is just after pre-release weekend. I hope everyone had a great pre-release weekend and hopefully got a chance to enjoy some of this new set, jam some games, and it's still early, but I feel like it's fair to say at this point that this set is certifiably good. Maybe I'm a little early on that take. I don't know, but it feels really good. I really like the set. I think this set is going to be a hit. So here we are. What we're going to do is we have 4 participants. We're going to open this thing up. Everyone is going to get 3 packs. We're going to open those packs in rounds of 3, adding up the mana values for all the rares and all the mythics. At the end of this thing, the person with the highest total mana value and the person with the lowest total mana value amongst rares and mythics are each going to get 1 additional collector pack of Tarkir Dragonstorm, which I will set off to the side here. In the event of a tie, we will take the highest mana value mythic as a first tiebreaker, the highest mana value rare as a second tiebreaker, and if we need a third tiebreaker, we'll have some sort of jousting contest, perhaps a runway model walk-off contest, or a pie eating contest. Or we will simply go down the line with the highest mana value rare until we have a tie, no more. Give these one more shuffle here. Okay, so starting us off, we have 3 for J and V. Next up, we have 3 for the one, the only pack opening addict. POA, welcome back. J and B for 3, and Future for 3. Last but not least. All right, J and V, start us off. Good luck, everybody. Let's have some fun, and hopefully see some gas come out of this box. Here we go. We're going to start off with a Glacier Wood Siege. That is a 3/4 mana value, borderless foil. Next up, we have a Magmatic Hellkite in that nice showcase frame. That is a 4 for mana value. After that, we have Severance Priest, which is a 3 in that borderless clan treatment. Whoa, and then off of the commander spot, we have a Canopy Gargantuan, which is a big old beefy 7 for mana value. Yeah, I have a feeling these feel like they're going to be high mana value battles, right? Dragons. And then Frost Cliff Siege after that, which is a 3. No Dragon Eye in this one. Dragon's Eye Presence as the foil rare land, or the foil land. Let's see what we got going on here for mana value. So we have a 3. It's 10, 13, 17, and 20. Let me run that back. That's 7, 10, 17, and 20 indeed. 20 for J and V. All right, POA, you're up next. Also starting off with a warrior token. Here we go. First up is, hey, Voice of Envy. That's a good one. That's a really good one. In that foil treatment as well. That is a 2 for mana value, but a nice hit. Mythic after that is Perenation. That is a 6 for mana value. Pretty good mythic as well. Beautiful borderless Saga. That is Rediscover the Way, the Jeskai one. Man, yeah, the art on that is pretty stunning, actually. That's sweet. That is a 3. Transcendent Dragon out of the commander slot. That is a 6. And we conclude with a Stadium Headliner. Gotta have a Goblin Warrior. 1/1 Goblin Warrior in there. Pack foil. Hey, whoa, non-foil Forest Dragon Eye. Pretty cool. It's kind of like a mini hit in and of itself. Sonic Shrieker, Storm Shriek, Feral. And that will do it there. Let me sleeve up the Mythic, and I'll sleeve up the Voice of Envy real quick. Who knows how things will shake up, but this feels like it's going to be a good card. All right, so we have ourselves a 6, 7, 8, 9, 15, and 18. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16, and 18 indeed. Okay. 18 for POA. JMB, you're up next. Little Elefante token. First off the rip is the Sibsig Ceremony. A little bit of a tongue twister there. All right, three, triple black pip, huh? After that, Quarry Mountain Monastery. That's one of those borderless lands, one of the part of the rare land cycle. It's a 0 for mana value. Windcrag Siege, which is a 3. That borderless treatment. Infantry Shield, which is also a 3 for mana value off the commander slot. And then, sure, how about 2 in 1 pack? That's weird. I know duplication happens. It doesn't always happen in the same pack, though. Sig Ceremony, again, that time in the pack foil treatment. And here are uncommons and commons after that. What do we got going on for mana value here? Of ourselves a 3, 6, 9, 12. That's pretty easy. 3, 6, 9, and 12 indeed. That feels like a pretty low mana value. Future, you are up next. Only 1 mythic so far? Is that right? I think that's right. Okay. A lot of ball game left. We start with a Fangkeeper's Familiar. Actually, I think this really looks really cool. Kind of the newest installment to Sultai Mystic Snake. Art looks really good on that, though. Beautiful foiling as well. Makes that purple really pop out. That is a 4. Mythic is Shiko Paragon of the Way. Jeskai Spirit Dragon there in that showcase frame. Also, again, beautiful. Nice hit. After that, Mardu Siegebreaker. I had this guy in my pre-release kit, and he did some work for me. That's a 4 for mana value. Will of the Jeskai in the commander slot. And a Dalkovan Encampment as a rare land, pack foil, rare land, Dragon's Eye Presence Mountain. And that will do it there. Let me sleeve up Shiko. Sleeve up the rest of this stuff afterwards. Here we go. So what do we got going on here? We have ourselves a 5, 9, 13, 17. Now 4, 8, 12, plus 5, 17 indeed. All right, so after the first round, we have JNV in the high with a 20, POA right behind with an 18, JMB in the low with a 12, and Future right there in the for the high with a 17 as well. Into round 2 we go. We've seen only one of the Dragon Islands, non-foil, and feels like we should have a decent amount of mythics available to us as well. Here we go, JNV, back to you. Here's a mythic. How about, oh, hey, that's a good one, huh? That's a really good one. That is the Craterhoof Behemoth. Gosh, that looks, Craterhoof is still a card, huh? Craterhoof in standard, that's going to be something. That is a really spectacular hit. Congratulations, JMV. That is also an 8 for mana value, which is right where you want to be right now. Clarion Conqueror, also pretty good. Pretty good in that borderless. All right, that's a good card. That's 3. Oh, Yathan Road Watcher. That's a 4. Followed by Tip the Scales, which is a 3. Conclude. How we got? No. Oh, it's. I saw the mythic and I was like, and then I saw the 5/5 and I was like, are we gonna have another one? It's not a Craterhoof, but this is also a really cool card. The Rock Curse Rakshasa. That is, I think this card is gonna see play. I'm not sure. Seems good though. And another mythic though. That was a heck of a pack. All right, let me sleeve up both of these here mythics real quick. Beautiful Craterhoof. Okay, what do we got going on here? Well, we start off with a 8, 9, 10, 13, 17, and another 20. Is that correct? 8, 10, 13, 17, 20 indeed. J&B, that brings you 240. POA, back to you. Here we go. Oh, hey, you know what? That's not a bad one to double up on. Clarion Conqueror, that time in the this time in the borderless foil. That's pretty cool. That is a 3/4 mana value. Good card. After that, Inevitable Defeat. That is a 4. This card also may see play, question mark. Like, it might be too expensive, but also can't be countered any non-land permanent, and drain 3 is pretty good trade-off. After that, Revival of the Ancestors, the Abzan Borderless Saga. That is a 4 for mana value also. We have a commander off the Mythic. That is Zurgo Stormrender. All right, nice. Zurgo seems good. And another Mythic. Baitor, Kin to All. This card seems also pretty good. Baitor. That is a 5. That's Abzan Spirit Dragon. And he does some things. And a plane. So POA has absorbed 2 of the Dragon Eye lands, both non-foil. So hopefully we still have a foil looming, or at large. Pretty good pack there, Mr. Pack Opening Addict. Pretty good pack. All right, sleeve up these Mythics real quick. Get the Conqueror afterwards as well. What do we got going on here? We have ourselves a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 15, and 19. Let me run that back. That's 8, 11, 14, and 19. It's going to put you at a 37. You know what? I'm going to keep the Voice of Victory on top. I like that card. All right, JMB. Back to you. We're going to start off. Oh, hey, how about a special guest Marshflat? It's not Dragon Scale, but nevertheless, that is super cool. I love these. Fetchlands as special guest was a real chef's kiss by Wizards on top of what it already appears to be a very good set. Beautiful Marshflats. That is a 0 for mana value, but it does not matter because that is a really nice hit. Congrats there. Followed by a Dragonfire Blade, which is a 1. You know what? You had the lowest mana value entering this, didn't you? Well, this is certainly helping that cause. That is a 1. Followed by Sage of the Skies, which is a 3. Iron Will Forger, which is a 4. That commander slot. And then conclude with a Fanekeeper's Familiar again, which is a 4. And we'll... Oh! Whoa, hey, neat. So that is a 3rd. Also non-foil, the blue one. Very beautiful. Dragon Eye basic land. Pretty good. All right. So that's our 3rd of the non-foil Dragon Eyes. We'll sleeve up that Marshflats real quick, and then let's see what we got going on for mana value here. So this is, of course, a 0. 4, 8, 11, 12 again. 1, that's 4, 8, and 12. Yeah, pretty easy. It's going to bring you to a 24 and will almost definitively keep you in that low after this second round. Future, you had a 17. You were 3 below J and V at the start of this round and 1 below POA. Here we go. Start off with a Tersa Light Shatterer. Foiling looks really good on that. Can't deny that. That is a 3 for mana value. Next up, we have an Anafenza Unyielding Lineage. That is also a 3 for mana value. United Battlefront, kind of like a Coco, if you will, for non-land, non-creature permanents. That's a 4. Afterlife from the Loam. You weren't doing too hot on mana value, and then you hit an 8. 8 drop from that commander spot. That's going to put you right back in this thing. That's big old beefy 8. And then a Baron Step Siege as a 4 from the pack foil slot. And that will do it there. So what do we got going on here after all of that? Start off with an 8, 12, 16, 19, 22. Let me run that back here. That's 8 plus 4, 12. 16, 19, 22 indeed. Put you at a 39. And so we are going to have quite the battle on our hands for the high going into pack 3. So as it stands, JNV did his best to separate himself from the pack with both the high in the first round and a pretty good score in the second round, but POA and Future not having it. So JNV in the high with a 40, right behind POA with a 37. JNV sitting all by himself all by lonesome with a 24 in the low, and then Future now also right there, only one below JNV for the high. We have ourselves a battle. JNV, last round, last pack. Good luck. Start us off. Good luck, everybody. See, this feels like I feel like this has been a pretty solid box so far. Still have a Ghostfire looming, I think. Maybe even a Halo Ghostfire. Who knows? It could be anything. Start off with a Teamer Battle Crier. That is a 3 for mana value. Next up, Magmatic Hellkite in the Borderless. That's pretty cool. Ooh, that art looks really good. Love that rich red. All right, that's a 4. Oh, Ambling Stormshell, which is a 5 for mana value. Next up, Parapet Thrasher, which is a 4 for mana value. And conclude with another Teamer Battle Card. That's a couple of packs we've seen that, where we've seen duplication in the same pack. That is a 3 for mana value. Well, that is certainly not a low pack, but it wasn't an especially high pack either. So let's see if it's going to be enough to hold on. Let's see what we got going on here. We have a 3, 7, 12, 16, 19. 3, 7, 12, 16, 19. It's going to put you at a 59, JNV, 59. Which is seems like a pretty solid score. All right, POA. You are chasing 22 currently, 23 to take the outright lead. Revival of the Ancestors Borderless foil this time. That is a 4 for mana value. Next up, a Lotus Light Dancers. That is also a 5 for mana value. This is a 5 instead of a 4, but like this Sultai. Next up, Frostcliff Siege in the Borderless. That's a 3. Commander slot is Reunion of the House. That is a 7. That is a high mana value. That's a high mana value card right there. All right, that's a 7. And then conclude with another Clarion Conqueror. Triple Clarion Conqueror in this box, and that's not the worst thing. It's a pretty good rare. Okay. That is a 3 for mana value. POA did not complete the trifecta of Triple Dragon Eye. 2 will have to be it. Okay, well, what do we got going on here for mana value? Remember ourselves a 3 plus 7. That's 10, 13, 18, 20. Of course it's a 22. 4 plus 5, 9, 12, 19, 22. 59, which brings you into a tie with J&V. I do see the Crater Hoof staring back at me. That will likely be the winning tiebreaker, but we shall see. And we still have one more person who was in the hunt as well. All right, JMB. Don't do anything crazy, and you have the low all to yourself. That's pretty much how this goes for you. Don't put up like a 40-spot pack. I don't even know if it's possible. Just don't do that, and the low is yours. Oh, yeah, let's go. All right, it's the Rhino, but that is a Ghostfire Treatment Japanese Showcase. That is pretty cool. I gotta hand it to him on the foiling. That looks really, really good. Like the coloring on that looks spectacular. That's a solid hit there. Go with your Marsh Flats. That is also a 3 for mana value. About a double mythic. How about Dracogenesis? My first appearance of Dracogenesis. I was like, man, I did not pull one in the box for myself. I was hoping to see one. This is really, really cool card. That is Dracogenesis as a showcase frame. Another mythic. Also an 8 for mana value, for whatever it's worth. Surak, Elusive Hunter. Welcome the Dead as the commander card. That's a 4. And a United Battlefront in the pack foil. That was not the lowest of packs. Swamp. But I sincerely doubt it will take you out of the low. That still feels pretty well locked up, even with the Dracogenesis in there. Let's see what we've got going on here. All right, we have ourselves a 3 plus 8, that's 11, 15, 19, 22. 7, 11, 19, 22. 46. Yeah, you're still fine. Future, well, okay. So things do get a little bit interesting here, though. Oh, gosh, I don't even know what to put on. I guess I put this on top. It's hard to cover a Marsh Flats. I'm not going to lie. Hard to cover a special guest Marsh Flats. Future, how this stands for you. You are 7 below JMB for the low, which feels very unlikely. You are 20 below J and V for the high, so a 21 to win outright. That is the deal. Also with POA tied for 59. So 21, otherwise 20 enters us into a 3-way tie, and we go to tie breakers. Here we go. We start off with a Maelstrom of the Spirit Dragon. Oh, it's the land. Oh, yeah. Okay. I was like, what is this? Oh, right. Maelstrom of the Spirit Dragon. That is a 0 for mana value. That does not help your high cause. After that, how about a second Craterhoof Behemoth, though? There we go. There's the duplication we're looking for. Those are the droids we're looking for. That is also a tiebreaker as well, if needed. That is an 8 for mana value. Eshki Dragonclaw. That is a 4. Will of the Teamer. That is a 6. Things are getting interesting. And, oh my gosh, Meringue River Regent. Did you somehow pull this off despite having a 0 in there? Did not see a foil Dragon Eye. So we saw 3 non-foil Dragon Eyes in this box. No foil, though. All right. Things are going to be interesting. Here we go. 8 plus 6, 14 plus 6, 20 plus 4, 24, and the 0 in there. Let me run that back. That's 8, 6, 14, plus 6, 20, 24. Future, that's pretty good. That is going to give you a 63 and the W. Wow, impressive. Impressive just with the 0 mana value back there as well. So, final standings. JNV and POA both with a very a strong scores of 59. JNB in the low with a 46, and Future pulled it off in the last pack with a 63. Hanging around. Guy has alligator blood. JNB, you have the low, you have the honors. Here we go. Your prize pack. How about we start off with a Ruinous Ultimate? Double special guest for you today. That's cool. That is cool, and I do like the Ruinous Ultimatum. That's a nice hit. Followed by a Glacierwood Siege in the Borderless. Followed by a Prowler, our Snake Ranger, Snekis. That's a 4. I don't know why I said 4. We're not doing mana values anymore. We've moved on from that, Ian. Steward of the Harvest. And a Narset Jeskai Waymaster. There are your commons and uncommons. All right, Future. Let's check out your spoils. Spoils of battle here. There we go. We're going to start off with a Stadium Headliner. Crazy looking art. Sure. Mythic. Is that your second Chico today? Yeah. Okay. There you go. You have a second one, just in case you needed it. Nice Mythic. Sarkhan. Dragon Ascendant. Oh, an awake Strike Leader? Yeah. All right. That's a commander slot card. And then a Dragonologist as the pack foil. And you got yourself a Swamp Dragoneye. Again, with how hard those are to get, they do feel like mini hits in and of themselves. Well, you know what? Overall, not a bad little box. Double Craterhoof. We saw a special guest Marsh Flats in there. Some other good mythics in there as well. I would definitely say that was a pretty solid box and a very solid battle to go with. That's going to do it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, do me a favor. If you're not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button for me, hit the like button for me, and by all means, drop me some comments. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks so much, everybody, and be well.